I'm upset
Why?
about some information that we recently learned.
Together? Like we learned this.
We
at the
learned
same
it
time.
together. Do you know?
No.
It has to do with a prop that I brought.
Oh, I do know.
You know what it's
It's really sad.
Yeah. We recently went to an M&M store. And I've had this for like several years.
It's pretty
And
iconic.
It's one of my favorite objects in all of life. And anyone who knows me knows I'm a little bit obsessed with the M&M characters. I love their lore. I love their personality traits. I love taking a personality quiz and learning which M&M I am.
Which M&M are you?
I'm the orange M&M.
Of course. Okay.
Well, okay. I found out that I'm 30% orange. I'm about 55% yellow. And then I'm like 15% green. I think
So then
that
you're
equals
not the
100.
orange M&M. You're the yellow M&M.
Yes.
So you lied.
I lied a little bit.
Okay.
But that's not the point of the story.
Okay.
So I'm also really fascinated by the purple M&M. I'm not going to get into why. We can do a whole episode on why.
The lore
But
is
I really
deep.
wanted to get an accompanying little guy, but the purple M&M. So we went to the M&M store and there were no little guys to be found.
We were like going around the entire store and he was like, there has to be. And I was like, why don't we just ask someone? And you were like, no, it's there. I'm sure we'll find it.
I thought, first of all, that building was huge.
Humongous.
I thought there was a second floor.
No.
But no, there was no second floor. So we circled like 3 times and eventually I did give in. And I asked the store attendant lady and she was like, oh, we actually don't make any character related merch for any of the M&Ms. And I was like, what? And she said it's because the characters promote candy to children. So they're not allowed to have like fun looking little guys on any of their merch. It all has to look like it appeals strictly to adults.
Well, I think actually, yes, but I do think that she said the adult sizes can have. Remember they had the hoodies
true.
with like the little, but again, it was still more like fashion conscious, I guess, than like food brand. But anything with kids, it has to look not
boring.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to look boring, dull, and there can't be a character inside.
And since that's a stuffed animal, they don't make them anymore.
So I was upset. And I'm like, why are we punishing people to promote healthy habits?
Well, I think she said it had something to do with like European law or something, and like what's it called, like free use, kind of like how like Mickey Mouse, like Steamboat Willie, like the copyright thing ended.
Yeah,
I think there was something about that too, so that they could get like ahead of. She said a lot of information.
She gave us a lot of information, but the gist of it though was that like we can't make fun things because kids are gonna want candy,
which like,
and I'm like, that's messed up.
I like it is, but I kind of get it. Like I think it's good to promote healthy.
Exactly. So
eating.
Why don't we make little mascots for like vegetables and have like the Carrot King?
Well, they did. VeggieTales, babe.
I know, and they canceled that.
Well, yeah.
So instead of taking away our fun candy mascots, why don't we just make fruit and vegetable mascots?
So
I think
right.
that's a better solution. So EU, like, look into this.
What's up?
What's up, EU? Because I got a problem with you.
Period.
Welcome back to the Hoot and Holler podcast. My name is Eric, and I'm here with a very special guest, Matthew.
Matthew. Hello.
And today we have a very important topic to discuss.
We sure do.
Our main topic of the episode is
conspiracy theories.
Our
favorite ones.
Well, okay.
Well,
I didn't prepare anything, so
I didn't
can't,
either. We're kind of off the cuff.
Yeah, I can't say these are my favorite, but these are good
conspiracy
ones.
theories that exist in the world.
What was like your first exposure to conspiracy theories?
That's actually like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say like, I guess like word of mouth.
Yeah.
But like stupid things.
Okay.
Like, is the moon made out of cheese?
Yeah.
Like little playground things.
I think the moon landing was my first as well.
Oh no, mine was the moon landing later.
Okay.
But it was like whether or not it's actually made of cheese.
Okay, yeah, that's a big one.
That's like a big one,
Yeah.
I think. Because like every child has that. It like has like holes. It's kind of giving Swiss. Like, You know?
No, I
don't know.
totally agree. And like, we don't know. We may never know because, first of all, probably no one has landed on the moon to
Well,
confirm.
I don't know about that. I think they did go to the moon.
You're a believer?
I'm a moon landing believer. I do think the photos are suspicious.
Very.
But I think my conspiracy, my like answer to the conspiracy theory is that they went to the moon, realized they forgot to take pictures, and then came back and like just like went to a desert, like staged a couple photos, and we're like, look, we're on the moon. And then the pictures
How do you
aren't.
forget? You're on the moon.
That's the thing. You're on the moon. Like I'm gonna be thinking, let me take a picture. No, I'm gonna be like, I'm in the moment.
The entire point is to document it.
Well, yeah. Maybe their camera didn't work, and they were like, well, we're on the moon, and what are we gonna do?
I don't necessarily believe that we landed there. And
Interesting.
I was a communications major for like 2 quarters in college, and I took a public speaking class, and my final presentation was about the moon landing being a hoax, and I presented a lot of concrete information.
Okay.
And I don't remember all the details, but the things I do remember are reflections in the visor.
Okay.
The moon, there's probably one source of light, the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And in the visor, there's multiple points of light that you see reflecting.
Again,
that
now
look oddly suspicious. They look a lot like studio lights.
But that's the thing. Okay, now I'm going back on my other point.
Okay.
Like I'm contradicting my previous point. You're going to the moon. You're going to take pictures. You're going to think, let me bring studio lights so the pictures look good.
No, you're not.
I feel like you might.
When was the moon landing? Like
Girl,
the
I don't know.
60s? The 80s? No, it
At
was
some
before
point
the
in the
80s,
1900s.
Sure. In the 1900s, they did not have wireless lights.
Who said anything about them being wireless?
Well, how are they getting them on the moon? Where are you getting power from?
The spaceship.
Okay, you have a point.
They probably plugged it into
you
the
can
spaceship.
barely bring like a second pair of clothes because of the weight capacity issues. I don't think they're bringing studio lights. Those things are like 20, 30 pounds.
Listen, I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying the pictures are weird.
I have more information.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Yeah. So a really important thing about space is that there's no atmosphere. Right? You're just like in the dark void of space. No atmosphere means there would be no wind. So then how is it that in all these videos of them walking on the moon, that American flag is waving? It's just going crazy.
See, that's the thing. Again, I agree. And that's why I'm like, they forgot. And that's the wind in the desert.
I don't think they went.
You don't think they went? You think they just like had a little photo shoot?
It's just weird. It's really weird.
But also, okay, again, there's less gravity. So like if I waved the flag myself, wouldn't like the momentum, like it would stay waving?
No.
You don't? I think it might.
I don't think so.
Or not stay waving, but at least stay like elevated, so it looks like it's waving in the picture. Because it's like,
but it looks full on like wind is going. Like, I don't think it would look like that.
I don't know. I don't have the answer.
It's just weird.
This is why Ariana Grande could not fully confirm with definitive positivity in her lie detector test that this really did happen.
Another thing, why haven't we gone back?
Maybe they found something bad on the moon.
You're telling me in the 1960s, we had the computer technology to go to the moon. But now when our iPhones in our pocket have the computing capacity of like computers that were the size of like 3 buildings in like the 1960s, yet we can't go to the moon again? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, now we're focused on like Mars. No? Like, I feel like they're like been there, done that.
Well, if
let's
people
go
are
somewhere else.
So untrusting that we went to the moon, don't you think they'd want to prove it?
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that that's like one of the biggest issues in the world right now. Like, do people really need to be proven that we've been to the moon? Like, respectfully, who cares?
I just don't get, why are we sending Jeff Bezos like into space and not having him go to the moon?
Yeah, where is he going?
I don't know. I think he just flies around or whatever.
That's kind of cute, though. I mean,
it's cute, but like, use that money and prove that we can land on the moon.
But maybe it was
and
like,
no other countries are like. Wouldn't Russia want to be like? Yes,
I thought
we're the supreme.
I don't know.
No one's doing it.
Nobody's gone. I don't know enough about the moon. I know it's real.
Did I convince you a little bit that like maybe we didn't?
No, I do believe that we went.
Oh, okay.
I do. I understand why there's questions, but I do think that we went.
I mean, they made a whole movie about it. I haven't seen it, but like recently, Scarlett Johansson and that guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was called like Man on the Moon, I think.
Oh, what a creative title.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
So I don't
Hats
know.
off
Maybe
to
that'll
ScarJo.
help convince you. We'll see. But I think the whole thing was
Convinced me that it didn't happen, or
yeah,
convinced
because I
me
think the movie is about them renting out a
Faking it.
soundstage to fake the moon landing.
Interesting. Oh, that's kind
Yeah.
of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else is our government lying about?
Everything.
Period.
Chemtrails, another conspiracy theory.
Like from airplanes?
Mm-hmm. Like, you know, when you see like the trails behind airplanes,
Mm-hmm.
the conspiracy theory is that those are like chemicals that are brainwashing us, I think.
Interesting. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And why not?
Why not? Love that.
How else are they keeping us under control?
I want to
They're
live
doing
in
a great
blissful
job at
ignorance.
it.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brainwash me.
Well, what else? What's your other conspiracy theory?
One of my favorites, actually, is the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory.
Oh, I love that
I think
one.
this one's really fun. Actually, this might be my first.
Okay.
Because I still lived in Canada when we were like discussing this.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theory basically goes, Avril died. Like, she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think she might have
No.
unalived
No.
herself.
Herself?
I think that's the, again, I don't quote me.
Okay. I didn't know that part
I
of it.
think it was like she was so depressed
Avril.
from like, well, it's not real.
Oh.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
But I think the pressures of fame was like too heavy, too hard, and she couldn't take it. And so she was no longer living, and or maybe it was a drug overdose, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like that was more the story.
But I feel like, anyways,
Okay.
I was going to say something controversial.
Uh-oh.
But the story goes that the record company, the label, whatever you want to call it, was like, well, her music's so profitable, we need to continue. So they brought in a lookalike, Melissa, and they made her like take lessons and like learn how to sound like her. And then everyone was like, oh, look at like her hair is like a little different. And then like, it is true, like her music drastically changed. But like, I think she just went from like emo 16-year-old to like 19-year-old who wanted to have like fun.
That was the time when she did like Hello Kitty, right?
Well, no, so it was between like Skater Boy and then like Girlfriend.
Oh,
so, like,
okay.
Girlfriend is like when
Pop.
she went from like kind of like, it's still pop, but like more
Yeah, a
like
little
moody,
grungy,
grungy pop
Mhm.
to like pop.
Pop,
and then
pop,
everyone
yeah.
was like, who is this pop princess?
Mhm.
And then further down the line, Hello Kitty. Yeah, I almost just burped.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Do you want to do it again?
She was like blonder. She went from like a brunette to a
To a
blonde.
blonde.
And that's the thing where I'm like, I get it, but also like, can't a girl dye her hair? Can't a girl make fun pop music?
No, but I've seen videos and they're analyzing like the shape of her nose is slightly different. She has a more
Nose
bulbous
job.
tip. And why would you get a more bulbous tip to your nose?
I don't think her nose was more bulbous. I think it was less bulbous after the fact.
Okay.
Like I think everything after she aged. I think like she lost some baby fat. I think she maybe got a few cosmetic procedures, which love and respect. She looks great. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I think she's alive. I think Avril's alive and well, and I'm happy for her success.
I think she may be alive. I think she has been replaced.
I mean, I could see that. Maybe she was like, I don't want to do this.
Exactly. I think that's more so what happened. And the label was like, you go, like, we can't force you to do this, but we do own your likeness and we are going to replace you.
Period.
And I believe something like that could totally happen.
I could see that. I mean, that's like Black Mirror.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
This isn't a conspiracy theory, but our earlier conversation made me think of this.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, there has been erasure.
When was the last time you saw the Hamburglar?
I actually don't think I've ever seen the Hamburglar.
When was the last time you saw Grimace?
Like 2 years ago when everyone was like
Did
dying
you
on those
see him?
milkshakes.
Did
I
they
think
ever
so.
show Grimace's face, or did they only refer to him by name?
I think they showed his face.
Okay, then maybe this,
But
this
maybe
conspiracy
that's a
theory doesn't
Mandela
exist.
effect.
I
which
think it
is
was a Mandela
form
effect.
of a conspiracy, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
Ish.
yeah, I would say they're related.
They're related. They're like
Well,
sisters.
My theory, maybe this isn't a conspiracy, but my theory is that fast food is being held to the same regulations as candy. And
Interesting.
they say characters are promoting fast food to children.
I could see that.
And because I'm like, I really don't know the last time I've seen Ronald McDonald. And when I've gone abroad, he is everywhere.
Is he?
They have statues of him in the street.
I do
Like,
remember
you can
the
worship
statues
him.
where he's like built into the bench.
Yes.
That was always fun.
He's everywhere. But in America, nowhere to be found.
Interesting.
And I find that very intriguing.
Well, I think maybe like when they updated everything to like a McCafe, they were probably like, well, this is a McCafe. We don't want Ronald McDonald. We want it to be a nice brown cafe.
Yeah, I don't like the new aesthetic of all these
It's
restaurants.
not the vibe.
It's not a vibe.
That's the real conspiracy. Where's
Yeah.
the fun in
Actually,
modern architecture?
Okay, actually, this is not a theory even, but just all these McDonald's now, you can't even serve your own soda. Like,
Could
they
you
don't do
ever?
Yeah. The soda machine would be out in public, so you could keep refilling. Now they keep the soda machines behind the counter.
Well, that's probably why, because you kept refilling.
But it's messed up.
It's
It
sad.
ruins like, why am I eating in there then?
That's valid. I get that, I guess. I don't know.
I just want to see more of the mascots because I think mascots are fun. And I think they really help build a brand because now when you think of McDonald's, what do you think of? I guess the M, but
No, now when I think of McDonald's, I think of getting sick eating the quarter pounder.
eating a quarter pounder, yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Let's talk about it.
I don't
Conspiracy?
think we need to talk about it,
Oh,
but
okay.
like don't eat the quarter pounders. These conspiracy theories are like kind of cute and like whatever, but like I love a scary one. I grew up like YouTube, like there's something about like a creepypasta.
Creepypasta.
And to me, I loved the conspiracy theories surrounding like scary videos.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
things that like come to mind. Eliza Lamb. Do you remember her at this? I think
Yeah, she's the one in the water tower.
she's the one in the water tower. And there were so many theories.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was like scary. And I mean also
Yeah.
a tragedy. But like I'm more into like those. Something that really sticks out in my mind, and I'm not sure if you experienced this growing up. I want to say it was like somewhere between the years of like 2014, 2017, somewhere there. I was in high school. Was the Daisy videos on YouTube?
Daisy videos?
Daisy.
I don't think I know this.
You don't know Daisy?
No.
So like there was this YouTube channel and it was called Robert Helpman, I think.
Helpman.
Yeah, like HELPMANN, two
That
N's.
sounds like a fake name.
Well,
but okay.
I think it was.
Okay.
That's part of the conspiracy.
Mhm.
But he made these videos with this character called
Okay.
Daisy, but the character was like a corpse in a body bag.
What?
And like it was one of those things where like you would like stumble across the video on like YouTube and you'd be like, that's intriguing. But like it was like video, like I forget, I don't remember all of them. I think it was like a 6-part series or 5. And it was like Daisy arrives and it's like the door opens, there's the body bag, there's like weird sounds like hissing, clicking, somebody.
How does the body bag is like moving on its own?
It's like laying there.
Oh,
Like,
so when you say it arrives, it's just
It gives me chills thinking about it.
how does it arrive?
It just it's just like there. So like the door opens
It's just sitting
and
there.
then the body's like there and it's like
you can see the body.
you can like it's a you can't see what's inside the bag.
Oh, it's a closed.
It's like a trash bag. And again, it gives me a reaction. I don't know why.
Ew,
Like
I
it,
don't like this.
It gives me chills. But like the conspiracy, so there's like videos of that, and then there's one called like Daisy Tumble, and it's really sad. And like that's the thing is it's like the question is like, is this real? What is this? Why is it here?
Wait, what is Daisy Tumble?
She's like at the bottom of a flight of stairs. And it's like, again, it's like the video starts and the body bag is like at the bottom, like at the foot of the stairs. And it's like black and white, I think. And it's like creepy noises. There's like clicking. There's like kind of like a girl like mumbling, crying, but it's like very distorted. And then there's another one called like, I think Daisy Takes a Bath. It was
they
like,
put it in a tub.
yes. And so
It's
like,
gotta be fake.
well, that's
right?
the thing. But then the conspiracy theories were like, A, does Robert Helpman need help? Number one.
Yeah.
Like, is he okay? B, some people were like, oh, like this is like a deranged killer. who's like killed somebody, and like the people were like looking on like the missing people's list for like somebody named Daisy. And they were like, we need to find out who this is. Like, this is a person. Because, like, it looks human.
Yeah.
And it's, like, very disturbing.
But I guarantee it was probably like a mannequin in a bag.
I don't know.
Because why would someone do that?
I don't know. I mean, why would anybody do anything? But then people were saying, like, maybe it's, like, some sort of, like, crime ring where, like, they're using the sounds to like communicate, because like it's like everything's like, it's like almost like Morse code. And like people were like, okay, well maybe there's like a deeper meaning like hidden. But like this was years ago and nobody ever found out. Like nobody knows what this was.
Interesting.
And it scares me. Like there's something about it. I love to be scared. Barney said it best, it's fun to be scared when you know it's not for real. I actually don't know if this is not for real, but it's fun to be scared. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I don't know. Like literally talking about it give me chills.
Yeah, I would like to know the truth.
I want you to see
Where
it.
is Daisy?
I need to show you a Daisy
Who is
video.
Daisy?
Where did Daisy come from? And then the last one is Daisy leaves.
Where'd she go?
I don't know.
Well, what's in the video?
I don't remember. It was 2015.
Okay. Yeah.
But like very disturbing, very distressing, and that's the conspiracy. Like there were so many conspiracy theories surrounding that as to like what the heck is this. And I love a mystery.
Me too. The early days of YouTube, like stuff like that would go viral. Nowadays, like,
do you remember the one of like the girl and she's like at the table and it's like she's like she's holding like her fork and her knife and she like looks all weird and she's like making weird sounds and then she like smashes her head into the table?
No.
Oh, see, I was like, I think that was another creepypasta.
That sounds like the beginning of a Smile movie.
Yeah.
Where they're just like staring and then they like murder themselves.
But again, there's like the weird distorted things in the back. There's something about like a good use of a creepy audio. Like you can do it and you're like, oh, that's corny. But then there's when they do it right and like just thinking about it freaks you out. You've done
what gets
something
me
right.
is like static. Crackling, static. Like add that to anything and I'll be scared. For
no,
sure.
I'm telling you, after we're done this, you're putting in your headphones and I'm showing you Daisy Tumble.
I don't think I want to watch it.
You're gonna be traumatized. If I'm being traumatized,
do you think it's still up there?
It is. I watched it yesterday when I was like, you said let's talk about conspiracies, and I was like, this unlocked something in me, and I was like, I literally Googled. I was like, name of body bag that falls downstairs. And I was like, I'm probably on like a watch list now because I was like looking up like what happens when a body bag falls down the stairs. Like,
yeah, I would not look that up unless you're incognito. Like for real.
Regardless, I found what I was looking for, so I can be like, listen, I was looking this up for the Hoot and Holler podcast. I wanted to find out about Daisy. You can see in this episode here that we've talked about her. But yeah, Daisy. If you're dead, I'm so sorry. Rest in peace. I hope you're not.
Daisy.
I hope it was fake.
I think it was.
I hope it was.
Yeah. I think that goes against YouTube's terms of service if it was a real body.
But how would they know?
I feel like they would reach out to the creator
and be like, is this real? He'd say no, and then what?
He says it's just for views, and they go, great, more views, more money.
That's the thing.
I'm sure someone reported it to the police and they must have.
I'm
can, like,
sure.
Trace an IP address and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember? I think it was like Shy Girl, like 1221 or whatever.
Vaguely.
That was like the original,
like
fake
YouTube.
Oh no, fake YouTube. It wasn't creepypasta, but it was like early days of YouTube, and it was this girl who would vlog, and it would be about like her romances, and like she started dating this guy and brought him on, and she would vlog like once a week or whatever, and people got so emotionally invested in her, and then it turned out to be like a scam, and it was written by like a studio. Do you remember that?
Yes, and then they redid that with Poppy.
Oh, I love Poppy.
I love Poppy. That's another conspiracy theory, though, I think, because like, who is she? I think it's been figured out she's an industry plant. Now,
yeah. I mean, she's a Grammy-winning.
She's not
albums.
Grammy-winning.
Yes, she is.
She's won Grammys.
She's won Grammys.
Poppy.
Yes.
You're kidding.
She's not. She doesn't do like pop anymore. She does.
Oh no,
like,
I know.
heavy metal, like
Scary
screamo,
Mask,
and she
a
has
bop.
won Grammys.
She's won Grammys.
Yeah.
I kind of love that for her. Good
Yeah.
for Poppy. But I remember again, that was another one where it was like the conspiracy was like, is she a robot?
Mm-hmm.
Is she AI?
Mm-hmm.
Before AI was like a thing. Now, obviously, easy to do.
Yeah.
Like Lil Michaela wishes she was Poppy.
Lil Michaela, I also have questions about.
I mean, that was like early. That was what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, but I think that's one where they're like, is she real? Is she fake? And I'm like,
She's obviously fake.
yeah.
She's animated.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
like
don't
a
know what the
sin.
confusion was. What was the confusion?
I think people didn't fully understand the idea of like animation and AI at the time. 2020 or like was like a weird time. Like before we understood like the capabilities of like.
I mean, Shrek has been out since 2001. I think
That's
we know
the thing. She
animated
looks like, yeah,
figures.
I don't know.
She doesn't even look that real. She looks like early thousands animation.
I think they were like playing with like kind of like Uncanny Valley with her a little bit, and they were adding real elements to like really confuse the brain.
Okay.
I don't know, but back to Poppy. I love her. Her song "Low Life" changed my life.
That was like her first song.
It was her best in my
Yeah,
opinion.
she has really good ones.
I mean, that
Time
song's
Is Up.
really good. I don't know that one.
Or the one she's like, "Am I a girl? Am I a boy?"
Oh,
And then I think the conclusion is she's a robot.
well, of course.
Yeah.
What's her real name? Who is she?
We don't know.
There was a man behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I
he
think it's the
replaced
same
her.
guy who's behind like Rebecca Black and all that.
No,
No?
it was a different guy,
Oh, okay.
I think. But there was a girl before her, for sure.
The proto Poppy.
There was a proto Poppy.
Oh my god.
And like she
What
was like
happened to her?
I think he was like not a good person.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I don't remember the story, but again, more theories behind that. But I love Poppy. I hope she's doing well.
Me too.
I miss those days. Like the I am Poppy. I'm Poppy. I am Poppy. I'm Poppy.
The production value was high.
Oh, it was so good. I mean, she was backed by a studio for sure.
Yeah, and she created a lot of hype, and then when that studio album dropped, I mean, I was sat.
I still stream.
I was listening.
I literally still stream
No,
Low
me
Life
too.
and Scary Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Scary Mask is, I listen to it ironically, and then I'm like, wait, this is good.
I actually don't know that one.
Oh, okay. It's a good one.
Okay,
it's
I'll
a good
listen.
one. It's crazy.
Scary Mask.
She's like singing like baby voice, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden like it goes like screamo.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's
It's an
fun.
experience, and you need to watch the music video.
I will.
It's good. I'm trying to think. Any other conspiracy theories that you want to highlight?
On the topic of scary masks, I want to talk about something else that upset me deeply to my core, and that is the movie Terrifier 3.
Yeah. It upset me as well.
I have very few regrets in my life, and one of them is seeing that movie in theaters.
I mean, here's the thing. We're A-listers.
Yeah.
So, like, it was fine. We didn't lose anything, but we lost our time.
Well, and a little bit of my purity.
Yeah,
I didn't
guess.
need to see, like, all that.
Well, here's the thing. I warned you before we went in. I said, people ask me, what are you seeing? And I said Terrifier 3. And they said, are you insane? And I said, I don't think so. Why? What's wrong with it? And they said, this is the most disturbing film ever. Like, they were like, think Saw, but low budget and worse.
See, I didn't know any of that going in. And obviously I didn't see Terrifier 1 and 2. Otherwise, I would have known
We
what I
would
was
have known
getting
not
into.
to go.
But the stuff I was hearing about it was like, oh, like, because it came out the same time as Joker 2. And it was like, oh, this is the superior clown movie. It beat it at the box office on like 1/20th of the budget. And then on Letterboxd,
Did it beat it in the box office?
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy theory
Yeah.
right there. Who was seeing this movie?
that's what I want to know. And who is rating it like a 3.5 on Letterboxd?
That's crazy. I think it's down to a 3, but probably because of us.
Yeah. I just don't know who saw this movie, who is recommending it, but it was so disturbing. They were like chopping up bodies on screen. They showed everything. Like nothing was off screen.
Like everything.
There were like at least 8 different decapitations in various forms. Sometimes the head was frozen. Sometimes it was blown off by a gun. Sometimes it was sliced off. It was
like one
horrible.
of those things where like they would set up the really gross stuff like for a long time. So you like you're anticipating it and you're like, I know this is going to be gross. So you like kind of feel like you're preparing yourself, and then it happens and you're like, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
It got me. I don't know. I was really upset. And there was no plot.
There was no plot. It was literally just people being like cut apart, gutted. I don't know who
the
enjoyed
entire beginning of the movie. I was like, what am I watching? Again, I think it would have made sense if we had seen 1 and 2, because I think the main characters from the
it's
second
like
one,
recurring cast.
But like, what was that?
I don't know. And I was already like, the opening scene was like laughable, but it was disturbing. Like they were showing a lot of blood and guts.
I will admit, the opening scene, I thought it was going to be like Scary Movie. Like I was like, oh, this is a parody. I was like, this is a comedy.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was funny. Like the whole family getting slaughtered at Christmas. I was like, period. That's that's funny. It was giving like Thanksgiving.
It was giving Thanksgiving a little bit, but more disturbing.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot more blood and a lot more gore in that opening scene.
That's the thing too, is a lot of these movies don't touch kids.
Oh, in that one?
This movie was like, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Like Art the Clown said, fuck them kids.
That was actually, okay, there was one part that I did like in the movie, and that was when he dressed up as a mall Santa, and then he gave this kid a present, and the kid goes, oh, I wonder what Santa gave me, and he opened the box, and it was a bomb that blew up the entire mall.
To me, I was like, funny. I thought that was like too real.
Really?
Like, I mean, to me, like, it was like borderline, like I can get behind, like, I don't know, like gore and like chainsawing people, but like blow up a mall, like that's like too.
But it was the combination of like
it's giving terrorism,
the horrible acting with the kid being like, I wonder what Santa gave me. And then also just the fact like he blew up an entire mall, but somehow he survived and he was standing right there, the clown.
Well, like, he's like immortal now.
I don't know.
He lived for years sitting in a rocking chair.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The girl, I don't need to get into what the girl did in the bathtub.
No, we don't need to get
into Hannah Bakered in the bathtub. and then woke up
years later. Yeah.
So
it didn't make any sense.
I don't know.
It was horrible though, and I don't recommend seeing it.
It was really upsetting. Like I left feeling traumatized.
Well, by the last 40 minutes, I was like, I can't watch this anymore. Like I was so.
You said you were staring at a wall?
I stared at a wall for the last 40 minutes.
I was
just
locked.
Listening.
I was locked in.
You were locked in. The whole end scene, I don't know what happened. Did he shoved like a tube down the lady's throat and put a rat in it or something? That's what I gathered.
It was really upsetting. It was disgusting. Yes, he like shoved a tube down her throat and then like hit it so like her jaw broke.
Oh.
But she was still alive, and then he put rats into the tube and then like blowtorched it so that they were like running away from the heat down into her body.
Oh, that's elaborate.
While she was alive.
Oh.
And then slit her throat so that the rats came out.
Oh.
Like it was disgusting.
That's horrible. I'm so glad I didn't see that.
It was really bad.
I'm so glad I didn't see that.
Like it was like gross. And then he like took the girl's face and like shoved it into the cut open corpse.
Yeah,
of, like,
I did see that part actually.
But here's the thing. I don't know how to say this without sounding crazy, but I didn't like seeing the killings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the last 2 killings they didn't show us. The brother and the uncle, they were dead.
There was a very odd time jump.
How did they die? Where did they die? Who killed them?
In one scene, the uncle's like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up your cousin who was in grave danger and was about to be murdered, and then the next scene is like 4 hours later,
and they're
all already dead.
And like,
I was like, what?
But there was no big,
Did I miss
like
something?
It wasn't like a big reveal. It just felt like they forgot to edit in a clip.
They probably the footage, like it went corrupt, and they're like, we don't need
doing this.
Reshoots.
The movie's it was like $5 anyways. It's fine. I don't know. It was troubling.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is that I have to give props when it comes to practical effects, because like I do think it's a lost art form, and even though this is not how I would like to see it applied, I just do have to give props when
it was rather impressive. I mean, like the makeup was good.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it was
grotesque. I was about to throw up.
They were disturbed.
It was disturbing.
Yeah,
so
it was good.
Special effects were good, but would not recommend watching.
No, it was real. Like again, I was troubled.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw on TikTok this girl. I meant to send it to you today. This girl was literally like, just going to bed. And then she's like, but then I remember that I have a life-size mannequin of Art the Clown. And she pans and she's a mannequin of Art the Clown standing next to her bed. And I'm like,
Why
girl,
would
how do you sleep?
want that?
Why would you, why would you want that? And how do you sleep with that? And it's like
with,
lit.
With the head or without the head?
With
Because
the
that's a
head.
big plot point
With
in the
the
movie.
head.
Okay, with the head. Got it.
I don't know. It was very strange. Very disturbed. I'm still upset.
Yeah. If you're thinking about seeing a scary movie with gore, go see Saw. At least it has a plot. At least it's intriguing. You've never seen it, but the first Saw movie is my favorite scary movie of all time.
We saw Saw 10.
Genius. We saw Saw 10.
Oh, it was fine.
It definitely takes a dive after like Saw 3. Saw
I
10 was definitely
hate Saw
not
10.
at its peak, but
I like the eyeballs.
yeah. But yeah, if you've seen Saw, imagine like 30 times worse. That's
No, literally, it was
the
like
level we're talking
Saw
about.
with no plot, no heart, and like more disgusting. It was not rated.
yeah.
Like is Saw rated? I feel like it's R, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like this was like literally NR, like not
And
rated.
this was like 4 weeks after the movie came out, and the theater had a decent amount of people in it.
Well, when we bought the tickets, there was nobody there.
There was nobody, but
And then I checked when I picked you up to go to the theater, and there was one other group of 2.
mhm.
So I don't know if people actually paid for those tickets or if they
They just wandered in. There was a good amount of people though. And at the beginning, so it opened with a really graphic scene, and then people started walking out, and I was like, you know what, maybe we should walk out because I'm already a little bit disturbed.
Oh, yeah, this is
But then they
crazy.
all came back
with ices.
with ices.
And I'm like, girl, are you being for real? You saw someone get like the blood drained out of them and said, let me get a drink.
Cherry icy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
There's something
disgusting.
wrong with you.
Mm-hmm. I did, when the lights came up, I did look around and I was like, who are these disturbed individuals that saw this movie? Because I do wonder, like, are they like us where we stumbled into this and we didn't know what we were getting into? Or are
Yeah.
these like diehards of like the franchise?
Well, there
and
were
they
people
excited?
laughing. I mean, I was laughing.
Yeah.
I think I was laughing to like avoid the trauma.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Let's not do that again.
We're not doing that again. I was going to watch, in preparation for this, because I was hearing good things.
Oh,
So in
God.
preparation, I was going to watch the first and second movie on a plane. I was like, oh, that'll be good plane viewing. I thought it was just going to be like a scary movie. Good thing
No.
I didn't.
Imagine. I mean, good thing you didn't, but also you should have, so that we wouldn't have been
That's
forced to
true.
watch it.
I would have like seen
You
the
would have
opening
saved
like
us.
5 seconds and shut it off. I'm
Been like,
sure.
no, but yeah, I don't know. It was fine. It was an experience, and honestly, I don't regret it. I'm not happy that we did it, but I'm not like, oh my God, my life is ruined because
Yeah,
of
my life
this.
isn't ruined, but
It wasn't good.
I wish we saw like the SNL movie instead, or the Wild Robot.
Or Honora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's finally time for everyone's favorite part of the episode.
What is it?
The Hoot and Holler.
Woo!
Yeah. For the uneducated,
Ooh.
a hoot is something that you want to shout out and shine a light on for everyone to see. And a holler is something that you want to condemn. And you want everyone to be aware to avoid this thing or this person. And it's very bad.
I love that. Great description.
Thank you. How about you kick us off with your hoot?
Okay. So my hoot for today is playing fun games with coworkers to make the day go by faster.
I love that.
So recently at my work, it's been very busy, very
Okay.
hectic. Everybody's kind of like, oh my goodness, overwhelmed. And I was sitting on a bench with a bunch of my coworkers, and we like finally had like a down moment where we were like, my work is a lot of wait and go.
Yeah.
And we were like waiting for something like big to happen. But I was like, let's be quirky and different. So I like turned to my coworker and I was like, if you were a fruit, you would be a cherry. And she's like, wow, you're right. And I turned to my other coworker and I was like, if you were a fruit, you'd be a banana. And he was like, whoa. And then we all like, it became a big thing. And then every person who walked past, we like assigned them a fruit, and we got like the director involved. Like it was really fun.
Oh, that's fun.
And they said that I was a peach or a lime. I don't feel like I give lime.
No, I don't get lime from you at all.
I guess I am wearing green, but I don't know. I don't feel like I give lime. I also
No,
don't know
'cause
that I
limes
give.
are like sour and acidic and tropical, and I don't think you're any of those things.
No, I don't know, but I also don't know that I give peach.
You give peach, I think.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But no, I just think that's fun. And then it like evolved, and then we were like, what dog breed are you? And they said I was a golden doodle. And I know how you feel about doodles.
I
But
hate a doodle.
But
I
appreciated it. It was like, I just think it's cute, you know? And like, work is pretty miserable. So like, try to bring some light into other people's lives.
Spice it up a little.
Spice it up. Have some fun.
Oh my God, I totally agree.
Like, yeah, we're adults and we should be serious. But like, I want to know what fruit, you know, so-and-so is.
One thing that I started doing at work, which I highly recommend you do as well, is
Okay.
a scare tally. So your goal is to like scare your coworkers, and every time you get a successful scare, you put a check mark. So we had it on like a dry erase board, and you would see like who is the best scarer. Like you would do a tally if you scared for like the scarer and the scaree. So then
do who scares and who gets scared.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then you can see like who got the most successful scares, who's the most scared. And it's very fun. And it really keeps you on your toes because you have like so much anxiety in the office.
See, I feel like that's the difference though, is that you work in an office.
Mm-hmm.
So you have more access to that. I don't work in an office. I work at a soundstage. I see people for maybe 2 hours. Yeah. And then after that, they're gone.
No, but I think that's better because you have a lot of hiding spots. And you
don't,
can be
though.
so unexpected.
That's the thing, is I really don't. And I don't think you understand what I do. Because I don't have a lot of hiding spots. I'm out in the open constantly, or I'm with a celebrity. And I'm not going to start scaring people with celebrities by my side.
I think that could be fun.
That could be fun. Like, I'm like, hey, really Miranda Cosgrove, like, let's scare so-and-so.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you be the distraction. You'd be like, I'm lost. And then you pop out.
I don't know. I feel like my reputation's too important for me to do that.
Okay, valid.
But playing around and saying, what fruit are you? I think that's appropriate.
That's very appropriate.
It's very appropriate.
A little horseplay never hurt anyone.
A little horseplay never hurt nobody.
Yeah, it's so fun. Mine is actually related
to what's
horseplay.
Yours?
My hoot this week is prank calling people.
Oh, I love doing that.
It's so fun, but I haven't done it in years.
That's sad.
I think it's like a lost art form, and I really want to bring it back. So I'm thinking about prank calling people soon.
I think you should.
Yeah, it just combines everything that I love. Like there's some improv, there's doing weird voices, like being a menace to society, and it's just really fun. And I don't think we have enough fun anymore. Gaslighting
is fun when people
really
enjoy
fun.
it.
It's
so not
fun.
Nice when you're doing it maliciously.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Like how
but if it's
far
like a
can
joke,
you go? Yeah.
If you do it as a joke and then you apologize after.
It's so fun.
Yeah. It's like it's like the equivalent of like when you crumple up a paper and then it's like, now say you're sorry, and then like it's not it, you know what I mean? It's still crumpled up.
I have absolutely.
You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, it's like, call this paper ugly, and then it like crumples, and then it's like, call this paper ugly again, and then it crumples again, and then they're like, now say sorry, and then they like flatten out the paper, but it's still like crumpled, and they're like, now give it a Diet Coke, and then it's flat.
I literally have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, well, that's kind of how I feel like when I gaslight people. Is like I gaslight, and I'm crumpling the paper, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and then like they're still damaged. But like if it's funny, it's fine. Like the paper is flat. Does that make sense?
Right. No.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on to the holler.
So my holler is California.
Oh, that's a good one.
In the fall.
Oh.
So right now it's fall in California, and respectfully, it has been hot.
Respectfully, I agree.
Why? Why is it 85 degrees?
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the East Coast, and like on the East Coast, I mean, it's also been hot. I'm not sure if you've talked to anybody on the East Coast.
No, not recently.
It's been warm.
Okay.
But I'm like, where's the leaves changing? Where's the crisp fall air? I want a season. I'm starting to miss a season. I want like a nice transition.
Yeah, you're not going to get that here.
It's weird. I don't like it. I miss that.
Yeah, I saw like a weather map that someone made, like a meme weather map, and it was like okay, you have like summer, and then you have your false fall, which is like usually a couple days where it gets colder, and then you have summer part 2, and then you have fool's fall, which is where it gets cold again for like another couple days, and then you have summer part 3, and then you have like the tundra.
Yeah. It's weird because like I remember again growing up, like we would go trick-or-treating and like sometimes it would snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's fun. That's keeping you guessing. But I'm like, if I was a child right now and I'd be going trick-or-treating and it's like 100 degrees, what's the point? I don't want to wear a costume. I don't want to get dressed up.
But
It's
the
hot.
thing is that like now costumes are like so skimpy that like
For
it's actually
I'm thinking
better.
like child of 7 years old.
Okay, yeah. I think even the children's costumes are getting really skimpy as well.
That's
but
weird. I don't.
I mean,
What
have
are
you
they dressing
seen the
as?
kids these days?
No.
They're crazy. They're like 12 years old looking like 30.
Well, yeah, that I've seen. But again, I'm talking 7.
Okay.
Like when I was 7, I was dressing like a stick of gum. I put tinfoil around my neck.
Did
I
you
went
really?
to Joanne Fabrics. My dad and I wrote Juicy Fruit on the front. Is really cute.
The only costume I would wear was Ghost. I was a ghost for like from ages like 5 to maybe 14.
That's cute.
I was still trick-or-treating at 14. I was trick-or-treating until
Really?
like 20 maybe.
Interesting. I mean, I respect that.
I
Free
did it in
food.
college. We lived at like our college was situated in a really rich area, and we would go. They'd give us king size candy.
I stopped
They'd judge
kind
us,
of
but
early. I didn't trick or treating wasn't for me,
mm.
and I realized mommy and daddy will buy me candy if I ask. So just
But
why go trick or
I think
treating
the
when I
fun
can
is,
eat the
like-
trick or treaters candy?
I think the fun is knowing that you didn't buy the candy, and that makes it taste sweeter.
See, but I didn't buy the candy. My parents did, so
Well,
it still tasted just.
I also
sweet.
liked the thrill of like biting into the candy and being like, "Is there a razor blade in here?" It was like
That's
Russian
fair.
roulette. Like,
I remember there was one time that we knocked on a door and the guy was like, "Oh, come in, come
in.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I was like,
"Nah."
I've read
Wait, were
about
you with
you
your
on the
parents
internet.
or no?
My dad was like at the stoop,
Okay, yeah.
and like we turned.
How many
Remember-
kids?
It was me and my sister. That was it.
Okay, as long as
We
I mean,
didn't
if
like
you guys were
did you trick or
together-
treat with like a posse? Because we did not.
It
was us,
Yes.
and that was
Well,
it.
when I was like really little and my parents came, we would do like a big group usually.
That's cute.
So it would still be a lot of kids, and then when I was older, it would be me and like friends,
I
but
kinda
like
love
by
that.
ourselves.
But that's the thing. I'm like, imagine doing trick or treating and it's actually cold. That doesn't happen in
I
California.
know that'd be really nice.
I think what I need is next year, when it comes time for autumn, we need to like go somewhere. Big Bear,
Get
maybe.
away.
I feel like they
Mhm.
have leaves.
See
I
a
want to see like
season.
an orange and red leaf.
Yeah.
What's your holler?
This week my holler is people being dramatic about board game rules. I hate that.
That kind of feels targeted because I have been sending you a lot of
Yeah,
videos.
you
Is this at me?
No, it's just in general because I think I keep seeing these memes where it's like my brain when someone tries to explain card rules to me, and then it's like 2 brain cells like melting. And I'm like, guys, this is really not that hard. Like some people these days don't even know what like a club and a spade is. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Like these kids
Kids
well, it's
these
not even
days
kids, it's
just-
people my age. But like how did you not grow up playing cards? What were you doing?
See, I played cards, but not the way that you played cards.
No, I mean, same. We played card games. Like we played War.
War
or, like,
was
things
what
like-
I grew up
Yeah,
on.
so like you
and
should
Go
know
Fish.
what like
that was
a
it.
heart and a spade and a diamond are.
Yeah.
And once you know that, like the rules aren't that hard. It's like play the highest number in this color and
I
you
think-
win. Like it's people's attention spans are just so
I think that's what it is.
small.
I think it's the attention spans because I will say respectfully, as soon as someone starts talking to me and telling me what's happening, I don't care.
That's a lie though, because I teach you new games all the time and you pick them up faster than 99% of the people I
See,
play
but
games
I
with.
don't listen when you.
But then how do you pick it up?
I don't. I don't listen when you talk. I
know that.
I learn by like I'm like a doer. Like
Okay.
I learn by doing it. So like I'm sure you've noticed like the first round I'm like I don't know what the heck is going on. And then I'm like, "Oh, once everybody's done a turn, I'm like I see what's happening."
See, I don't, because I feel like when we play with more than just us, you're the one who gets impatient with people who aren't understanding it. And you're like, hello.
But yeah, because once I get it, I expect everyone to be on my level. But that's the thing though. I get impatient with everybody, but then I lose.
But it's
really
not, I mean,
bad.
that's fine, but like you understand and like you don't throw a hissy fit. Like
But that's
I try to teach
embarrassing.
people games, like my siblings, and I'll be like, okay, we're going to play a card game. And like literally, I won't even open the rule book and their eyes are glazed over. They're like itching to touch their phones. I usually have to like take everyone's phones and be like, pay attention.
That's funny.
Look at me as I speak and I teach you the rules. There's nothing worse than teaching the rules to a game to someone and they're on their phone. And I know
rude.
I've taught rules enough times to know that as soon as I'm done, they're going to look up from their phone and be like, "Can you say that again?" I will murder you.
Oh my.
I will murder you the way that Art the Clown murdered that guy in the bathroom shower with a chainsaw.
That's brutal. That's disgusting. Number one. Especially for your siblings. But number two.
No, just anyone.
Well, you did.
Anyone who does that to me, it's on site.
No, I'm get
sorry,
that.
it's on site.
I think phones while you're talking is rude. But I also just like, I don't know. Part of me gets it. Because like learning a game is hard.
It's not hard.
Well, I mean, again, I'm pretty good at it, but learning a game is hard. And it's, I think for me, it's like the thought of like, oh no, I'm going to have to learn is what scares me. And then once we're doing it, I'm like, okay, I've learned and it's fine.
It's the thought of having to pay attention and put in a little
That's
effort.
The thing.
That's
I don't want to
scary
do that.
these days.
I want to just
It's
have
so
fun.
scary. Everyone just wants to
think.
tune out.
I do.
It's
true.
so sad. It's literally so sad. I hate society. What have we come to? What has this world come to? Riddle me that. What has this world come to?
Well,
no, really, what has it come to?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I think the moral of this story is you need to surround yourself with people who respect you enough to want to listen when you're giving them instructions with board games. And once you find those people,
those are keepers.
Those are keepers.
Yeah. You know what? You're so right.
You know?
It's not a me problem. It's
Get rid of
problem.
the siblings. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
We can find replacements.
Find replacements.
Yeah. Found family.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
Chosen family.
Chosen
Just
family.
kidding. Siblings are for life. Shout out my sibling.
Well,
if
you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. We love having you watch the Hoot and Holler podcast. And I hope you enjoyed being a guest, Matthew. My very first video guest.
it was kind of scary. I won't lie.
It was very scary.
It was spooky. I feel honored, but also intimidated.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we
me
did
too.
it. I'm glad we did
I
it.
definitely have some stage fright in front of the camera, but we're going to see how this episode goes. And if this format is something we want to continue with moving forward.
This might be the first and last. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
But if you enjoyed watching the episode, leave us a like, a comment, subscribe, and follow us on every platform you can think of.
Do it all. Go crazy.
And tune in next week or the week after or whenever the next episode comes out, because I don't really have a schedule.
He used to.
He
doesn't anymore.
Yeah. It's okay. We're trying our best.
We're trying our best, and that's another hoot. Trying our best.
Well,
Well,
I think we gotta go.
we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
But bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.